In my previous video, I talked about going camping and not necessarily being 100% prepared, but I guess you're never really 100% prepared, but I knew going in that I had to set up a hammock, which I had never done, not even under ideal conditions. So got to the campsite, and of course it's already getting dark when I have to put the hammock up and just find the pieces and the straps and put the tarp up, and probably took me a little bit longer than it should have. I did get it up, so that's great news. And then, of course, I had my son come by to uh, inspect it, and he said, "Well, I would have done this differently. I would have done that differently, but no big deal, nothing critical." Um, and then sleeping in it last night, very interesting. First is just getting into the hammock was a little bit of a challenge. Um, and then having things nearby, the pillow and socks to put on my feet to sleep at night, just things like that. When you get into the hammock, it kind of wraps you, and you don't have a whole lot of room to move around. So that was a little bit of a challenge. And then I put my hammock a little lower to the ground, and of course these are small trees or branches, whatever, growing up, and if you rock in the hammock, it would rub on the bottom. That drove me a little bit nuts. Um, Another thing my son said, when he gets into his hammock, he ties his shoes together and puts it, on the hammock, so they're not actually on the ground; they're on one of the hammock straps. And just trying to do that, move and not flip out of the hammock and put those there, and very interesting. So there are things I like about sleeping in a hammock and things I don't like about sleeping in a hammock, or maybe camping in a hammock I don't like. But sleeping in it was very nice. You're not laying up against anything hard. You're just kind of basically floating on air. I had a little air mattress with me, so wonderful. That made a nice difference. I was worried about rolling over, because I definitely roll over in my sleep, and not a problem. You get used to moving a little bit, and so that worked out nicely. So overall, I did like sleeping in the hammock. What I didn't care for was just not having things nearby. I'm in a tent. I have my backpack there. I can set my glasses somewhere, and have everything kind of nearby or in its place and room to move, where didn't have that in the hammock. I didn't have to, but I ended up strapping my backpack to a tree just to keep it off the ground. But, no easy access to it, no easy access to clothes or, whatever. But that's probably what I don't like. But as far as just sleeping in it overnight, I like that. And going to give that another challenge, another test tonight, and see how that works out. So anyway, that's what I have today. This video won't get posted today just because the reception is crappy out here. So it'll get posted tomorrow, and I will still do another video tomorrow. Anyway, that's camping today. That's it. I will talk to you tomorrow.